Very much, Dr. Can I share my screen?
Yes, yes, ma'am. You can share your
Okay,
screen.
please. See the presentation.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. You can go ahead,
Uh-huh.
please.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Amna Javed, as Doctor already introduced myself, and I'm working as a senior lecturer in School of Knowledge Science, Japan Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. Something is wrong. Just wait for a moment. Okay, so my today's talk is about, as Dr. already mentioned, my research field is about transformative knowledge management. And today's talk is about also knowledge to impact, that is the digital platforms and the transformation of global management, how knowledge is utilizing in different organizations, service organizations, to make a great impact and to be a global company, service organization. Here is the agenda of my presentation. I will discuss somehow the introduction, and that will be about knowledge and its importance, digital knowledge especially, and case study research. I will present some case that is a digital platform, and this is my ongoing research. And also, I will talk about the conclusion. First, introduction. Introduction, I will talk about service economy. What is service economy and what is the importance of digital knowledge in service economy? The service economy is growing rapidly and it is expected to continue to grow in the future as well. It is the largest sector of the economy in most of the developed countries. And it is the sector of the economy that produces intangible goods and services such as consulting, financial services, healthcare, transportation, education, and hospitality, etc. In the 21st century, with the change in the mindset of the people and priorities of the people, a great change has been observed in the shift from a product centric to a service centric organizations or economy. It signifies a fundamental transformation in the business landscape. In the evolution of the emphasis moves from traditional product centric or product based transactions to a focus on delivering value through intangible services. So, value is very, very important when you are dealing in services. Now, people just don't want the service, they also want some added value. This transition aligns with changing consumer preferences, emphasizing access and outcomes over ownership. So, in the digital era, service industries are increasingly recognizing the value of digital knowledge as established research when they want to enter into the innovation economy. So, when you want to be the innovative, then knowledge utilization of knowledge is very important. The knowledge is coming from everywhere. The main thing is how you are going to utilize it. I'm going to present one case that will talk about the better utilization of the knowledge. So I'm talking about knowledge. So now what is knowledge? Knowledge is the collective expertise, insights, or experiences of individuals and organizations. So it encompasses both tacit and explicit knowledge. So tacit knowledge is something that is deeply embedded personal knowledge. So explicit knowledge is documented or codified knowledge. And there is a third phase of explicit knowledge that is digital knowledge that is generated through digital interaction. In the service economy, knowledge is often more embedded than tangible research. Organizations that have a deeper understanding of their customers, their industry, and their competitors, they are better positioned themselves to have more success in the market. Knowledge also enables organizations to develop new and innovative services that meet the needs of the customers. And additionally, knowledge is essential for delivering high quality service that have a strong, the organization that have a strong knowledge base, they are more powerful to solve problems and with informed decisions. So ultimately, the finally, knowledge is a key factor in attracting and retaining talented employees. Now I am going to explain some example of service digital platforms that have successfully employed knowledge to become a transformative or global management, achieve the global management in the market. The first is about ride-hailing service. The ride-hailing service or industry has witnessed significant transformations globally. We are all familiar with the Uber and the other ride-hailing services. So the companies have increasingly recognizing the key role of knowledge as a strategic asset in creating and sustaining value. So Uber and Careem are prominent examples of ride-hailing companies that have revolutionized transportation services through digital platforms. And these companies basically connect passengers with drivers through mobile apps, offering convenient, affordable, and reliable transportation solutions. So if we see in the context of ride-hailing service, the companies or digital knowledge encompass data related to customer preferences, traffic patterns, driver availability, and pricing dynamics, and there are many others. So there is a traditional ride-hailing company that is Uber. Everyone is familiar with this company. The service transaction in Uber is quite limited and simple. What they are doing, Uber offers rides to the customers and gets a fixed service charge that depends on the area and peak hours. And also on the other side, they are providing the opportunity to the drivers to work as a part-time vessel. And to be a Uber driver, it is necessary to own a car, and it is the rules followed all over the world. The target of Uber is mainly to make or maximize the profit. They target the rich community. Mm. There is a book actually. Drivers are really unhappy in Uber. The book name is Uberland. And this says why they are happy because there are fixed algorithm based transactions and they have no right to choose or they are not flexible to manage their own earnings and all such things. On the other hand, there is a revolution in the ride-hailing industry that comes with the Careem. The Careem meaning is Germany, and this is a UAE-based company that was founded in 2012. Maybe most of the people are not familiar with this company, and Careem has grown to become a major player in the ride-hailing industry, offering a range of transportation services through its mobile app. Compared to Uber, Careem follows a hybrid strategy because they allow the person to become a driver whether they own a car or not. So that's a huge advantage that considered by Canadian people. So Canadian follows a traditional business model and the part highlighted shows the new part that makes Careem as a social transportation network company. The target of Cream is basically to focus on all level of society. They are not going to target just the rich people, and they are creating good service ecosystem by collaboration with the third party or with the investors, with the banks, because you are going to get the loan or something, and Kareem is helping you to get the loan and all such things, even to get the job also. And drivers are quite happy and satisfied after doing some interview. This is the result. Recently, in this presentation, I'm going to talk about a framework, and this research spotlights how Clean strategically manages and applies knowledge to optimize operations, enhance customer experiences, and pioneer transformative changes in the transportation sector to contribute to its success in the global market. And the main thing is this framework has three parts: input, process, and output. So first is input. Normally, what organizations are doing, they are just utilizing the knowledge, whether it's a passive or explicit knowledge. But what Kareem has done, Kareem has getting the insights from the tacit knowledge that is coming from the actors learning and getting the information that is the explicit knowledge and that is from organizational practices. So all these type of knowledge are collected as a reference database. That's the most important phase in Kareem to reach to the ultimate goal. And lastly, the knowledge come from this database is the actionable knowledge that is ready to proceed and to make decisions, that is ready to take some actions to devise some best solutions. And from this process, what you get is the knowledge that can be utilized strategically and to develop some values. And these values ultimately are going to be considered for all the systems. A knowledge database plays a pivotal role in several key aspects of service operational values. So let me explain the framework one by one. First is the input phase, the knowledge resource database. So what is this database? In this database, tacit and explicit knowledge are distinguished basically based on their nature and accessibility. Tacit knowledge is the knowledge that contributes to the intuitive discrimination and problem-solving skills. And explicit knowledge is something like information provides formal guidelines and procedures. So Kareem realized a combination of surface and explicit knowledge as a knowledge resource database for effective operation. So in Kareem, the digital knowledge is coming from different sources. There are multiple resources like demand forecasting, resource allocation, real-time updates, personalization, market intelligence, traffic analysis, training programs, regulatory compliance, safety and security, driver feedback analysis, and finally user education. So these are all the perspectives, all the resources from where Kareem is getting knowledge. The second part is what is actionable knowledge. So actionable knowledge is that the knowledge that is coming from the resource database. So understanding the balance between two types of knowledge is quite crucial for developing strategies going forward. Knowledge to action cycle is discussed to enhance the operational efficiency of green services. To fully realize the potential of knowledge as a strategic asset, organizations must implement knowledge creation, knowledge, knowledge capture, knowledge creation, knowledge sharing, and finally knowledge utilization. So by following this process, the knowledge that is ready to implement or ready to make decisions or all such things. So knowledge capture is a systematic capture of knowledge from various sources. These sources can be employee expertise, customer interactions, and industry insights that ensure that valuable knowledge remains accessible and can be utilized. The second part is the knowledge creation. Continuous generation of new knowledge is important. So research, experimentation, and collaboration is essential for maintaining a competitive edge. If you are not generating new knowledge, then it's going to break the cycle. And here's this sharing. Without sharing, you are not going to explore the things. So open and transparent knowledge sharing across departments and teams with purpose of collaboration, and it accelerates innovation discipline and promotes continuous improvement. And finally, knowledge development. Also, integration of knowledge in different processes, decision making, and customer interactions ensure that knowledge is transformed into tangible value for customers and the organization. So, what Kareem is doing, Kareem is having a strategic approach. Knowledge is the central part of this strategic approach to make decisions, introductions, and revising the best solutions. Kareem has adopted multiple innovative strategies that can change over time based on the market conditions, industry trends, and the company's evolving. So, how Kareem is utilizing the knowledge, actionable knowledge, basically, that is coming from the strategic approach, and these all that's one of the innovative strategies that are all my past research work that I already done on Kareem. And it was really big appreciation and I got really multiple awards, academic awards for these papers. And the first is about competitive legalization. Compliance with the local regulations and culture in the regions. This is the main point how Kareem has penetrated into the developing countries. The second strategy they adopted to become a learning organization because they plan for entering new markets or expanding its services within existing. So not only the target to enter new market, they plan to survive in the existing market. And the third is boundary spanning. Strategic partnership with other companies, they prefer businesses or local entities. They involve the big trend or big companies, small companies. There is no limit for level. And finally, creating shared value. That is a new concept in organization. This augments the commitment to social and environmental responsibility in parallel with profitability. Like profit is essential for all the ride-hailing companies. That's a first target. But Kareem expanded its target to the society, and that's the part. Um, that is the main thing that makes Kareem a social transportation network company. The last phase is the output of the framework. As we discussed, knowledge is important for value creation. Now, the question is what is value creation? Creating value is executing normal, conscious, inspired, and even imaginative actions that increase the overall good and well being and the worth of and for ideas, goods, services, people, institutions, and value is always waiting to happen. We just need to realize where and how and when to create new value. So, after having this strategically implemented knowledge, the value is ultimately going to be created. And this is the knowledge driven value. Team operates ethically and follows legal standards, ethical business practices, and is responsible corporate behavior to create value for all the involved stakeholders. So not only is the green itself giving the value, but drivers, riders, investors, third parties, and overall the maximum benefit goes to the community, the ultimate benefit. So value domain is the outcome of the strategic utilization of knowledge by Kareem, and it drives Kareem commitment to refining services, processes, and technologies over time. Let me conclude my presentation. So, what I talk about in the knowledge driven economy, organizations must view knowledge as a strategic asset for creating sustainable value. And that will transform the ultimate global towards the global management. Fostering a culture of continuous learning, investing in knowledge management systems, and addressing cultural barriers that companies can position themselves for long term success in an ever evolving business landscape. So embracing knowledge as a strategic imperative is not just a competitive advantage. So it is a prerequisite for survival and growth. And the insights that gained from this case can contribute in a broader sense for understanding of how knowledge-driven strategies can shape success in dynamic and diverse markets. Thank you for listening.